Lukan Online here from Deja Vu FM, and I'm here with my special guest of the day. He goes by the name of Shakka.
Yo.
Shakka, how
2K's
you
in the
doing?
building. I'm nice, man. I'm nice, brother. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. So, obviously, I've been listening to your music for the longest time. Never had the opportunity to interview before.
Yes, this is our first time.
This is our first time.
Yeah,
so,
man.
we're gonna go through a lot of stuff really quickly because I know we're
Short on time.
very little time that I've been given here. In brief,
Yeah.
give us a quick rundown of how you started out, and but as I say, in brief, real brief, just whiz through what you can of your beginning days as an artist.
Definitely. I was born Shakka Malcolm Phillip, May 16th, 1989, at £9. My mum and dad thought it was only right that they put me through music school. I prospered from music school and started making my songs myself because my brother found a way to download illegal software for my makeshift PC. And then I finished with an EP in 2009 after collaborating with fellow producer and rapper Incisive. Had a mixtape in 2011 called The Shakka Crown Affair that I produced and wrote myself and had a lot of help with. And then in 2013, I dropped the Tribe EP. 2015, I dropped The Lost Boys. And this year, I dropped The Island.
All inside 60 seconds.
All inside 60
Done
seconds.
really well with that.
Yeah, man. Hang tight, my pops, who's kind of like the main reason as to why I'm in this music thing.
Why'd you say that? What did he do?
Well, he was and still is a musician and songwriter. And what he did was he was in a few bands, some reggae bands in the 80s and 90s. The first one called Brimstone and the second one called The Foreigners Crew. And so when he went to the studio, I went with him. And so I saw all sorts of hardware and listened to music and instruments and all that kind of stuff. It just, the allure was enough for me. And so from then on, I was like, nah, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
Did he play instruments as well, or was he just a vocalist?
He played guitar.
He
He actually wasn't a vocalist.
Oh, was he not?
He only vocaled things when he needed to. He wrote songs so that other people could sing them.
Okay.
Because in his brain it was like, you have a better voice than me. Let me just,
Oh, of course, because you're Dominican, right?
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. So, but yeah, man, that was his trade, and therefore he passed on his skills and love for the music onto me, and here we are today.
What about your mum? Is she musical at all?
She's musically inclined in the sense that she knows what good music is when she hears it. She's a real enthusiast of music.
Oh, okay.
Like if you ask her about certain songs and musicians, chances 50% of the chances are she'll know the song.
Fine.
You know.
So let's go back to some of the music or the your bodies of work.
Yeah,
the
man.
Shakka Crown Affair.
Yes.
I think that's probably the first thing people would have heard from you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people heard that as well.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind that, and what was your thoughts going into that?
I was listening to a lot of hip hop at the time, and in my brain I was like, the mixtape game is strong, and I wanted to put out another body of work, but at the same time I loved the idea of doing covers and remixes and all that kind of stuff of a bunch of different pieces of music that I loved.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, I thought in my brain it would be dope to do a British spin on songs that people are already married to.
Sure.
So when I dropped the mixtape, there was a lot of people who are like, yo, we like Dylan, we like Coldplay, we like Jay-Z, and I'm like, sick, this is dope, this actually works. And so, I never pandered down the idea of doing covers, and also I just felt like it was dope to just experiment and have fun with the stuff. So yeah, that's how it came about, really.
And how did you find the process? Obviously, that being your first real body work that you're putting out to the world.
I thought it was sick. It was stressful at times because obviously the manpower and the funds were so low. And so when it came to mixing, when it came to getting into the studio, when it came to availabilities and paying people for certain things, I had to wrangle so many different things.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is I now have many friends from those experiences that I still have them today and work with them today based on, how gracious they were and also how dope they were to work with. So, on one hand, it was definitely overwhelming. But on the other hand, I have one of the greatest bodies of work that I could ever call my own. So I'm really happy about that, for sure.
Is that your favourite?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Have you got a favourite?
The Island.
Yeah? Why? Because we're promoting it now?
No, because it's sick.
Oh, okay.
The Island is sick. Like, I can't not say it because obviously it's something that I'm running with at the moment.
Yeah.
But when it comes to beats and then when it comes to playability and going front to back with the EP and when it comes to playing a body of work that gets you amped, that gets you gassed, that gets you out of a mode where you don't want to be in some next funk. This EP does so. Like, I keep telling everybody else, when you play it in your whip and it breaks your car, you'll understand why. It's because it just sounds sick and it has that power and that potency in the bars and the melodies and all sorts of stuff. I really feel like I've taken people on a journey, and even describing it in the same way that I'm describing it now. Like I can picture a lot of people saying, "Yo, he doesn't half believe himself. He's really confident." Yeah. I'm like, "Yo, like it's
if you believe, you believe, right?"
I'm genuinely happy about this body of work. Like I know a lot of my friends and contemporaries who are musicians who make stuff, and they're like, "Yo, I don't feel like this is my best work," and I'm really excited. I'm like, "Yo, like I had fun making this.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to do my headline show with this new piece of work."
How long did it take you to make this?
It took me a while, and this is because. And that's the other thing. There never was a start or finish point because with this, there's like songs that I have that are demos.
Got you.
That were made before even the Lost Boys. That I decided, you know what, it might be worth putting on the island instead.
When you were making the Lost Boys, let's go back to that.
Yeah.
Did you have an idea? Because it feels like this continues on from the Lost Boys.
Yeah, it does indeed.
Okay. Is that the idea that you had the Lost Boys,
Yep.
you're going to continue on with the island,
Yep.
then you're going to continue on with another project afterwards?
Well, here's the thing. I'm definitely going to make another project afterwards. Whether or not it continues with the same storyline is remains to be seen.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm not feeling like... I feel like the chapter on the storyline of the Lost Boys is ended, despite the fact that mankind and humankind have not even heard or do not even know what happens to the Lost Boys after they leave.
Yeah.
The dystopian London. So for those who have no idea, in the Lost Boys, we're stuck on this mad, sad, futuristic London set in 2135 where music is banned and women are banned and me and the man them trying to escape the madness. So the island is where we're washed up to, where we've now washed up, and we encounter music and women in abundance for the first time in our lives.
What was interesting about Lost Boys as well is that you can miss the message in some of the music. If you listen, you can just get caught up in the vibe and whatever.
Course.
But then the skits in between
explain everything.
Yeah. Was that very deliberate on your part because you wanted people to make sure that they understood exactly the message that you're trying to get across?
Not just that, but I just wanted to create something sick. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a fan of skits. I grew up listening to skits.
Yeah.
Be it
people don't really make skits no more.
They don't. And I feel like a lot of the reasons why is because they believe that the people won't listen to him. And really and truly, it's like, yo, like Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly. It's not necessarily skits. It's just journeys that you get taken on. Yeah. It's the same thing with Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. It's the same thing with the music, the hip hop albums from the 90s.
Skits and Doggy Style are amazing now. And Redman skits as well.
Dude, like these bodies of work are just like disgusting. Yeah. And not only that, but like you can really get into someone's life and where they come from and all that kind of stuff. It feels like a movie. It feels like you've taken a plane to their country and you're there on the block listening to what they're talking about. Like with the Fugees, the score, they had a skit where they were in a Chinese shop and they got beaten up by the Chinese owner as if it was a kung fu flick.
I don't even remember, but go on.
You need to go back. Find Spotify or Apple Music. I kid you not. That skit right there is one of the best skits ever made by humankind. It's crazy. But since then, I was just like, yo, why don't we do that?
Yeah,
even Skepta's album, he had a phone call, a very solemn and intimate phone call with Chip, with his homie. And even that got me gassed and amped. Power up, fam. That in itself is just like, yo, like I can just imagine what conversations these guys have in order to get them through the underdog psychosis that they need to get through. It's crazy. So even that, it really paints a picture and gives you more depth. That's what I believe anyway. And so I want to give that to the fans and to the people then.
Talking of that, who did you say is your closest person in that you can confide in the music game? Other than Incisive, because everyone knows you and Incisive have got a good relationship.
That was the first person I was gonna say. Like I feel like he gave me a lot of it. Like self-dependency is very important. Being able to rely on yourself when no one else believes in you or is able to give you what you need from them or is able to give you funds or time or skills or anything. He instilled the idea of learning how to do it yourself. Yeah. And learning how to do it yourself well. Not just about man can record and it's all right. No, like understand you have to work twice as hard if you're a one-man band. Yeah. So, or even 1,000,000 times as harder. So, definitely Incisive. If not him, then probably Rich. Yeah. Probably Rich. Like he's one of the only people who would call me up and say, "Yo, let's go for a lunch. Come round. Let's do a cooking. Let's play some FIFA. Let's do something." Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm lucky to have someone who's gone through such a journey. In front of millions of different people to still have time for someone who he says he's a fan of and someone who he respects. So, enough love to that brother, for sure.
Shout out Rich. You alluded to the fact that you may be having another headline show.
Yes.
Is that set in stone? Is that going to happen?
Of course. I love having headline shows. There's no way that I wouldn't have a headline show.
I missed your last one, but
you
I saw
missed
the picture.
Coco.
But it looked amazing. I can't even lie.
That show, fam. Like, JME came down, Frisco came down, Vula Melinga from the Basement Jacks family came. It was mad. It was mad. Like me and the band had a little intimate like Coldplay moment in the center of the gaff. Lighting was on point. Like we dropped tunes we had never performed before. I dropped a song that's not even on the island that I just wanted to perform because the vibe was nice. Yeah. Like it was just sick.
Had you rehearsed that at all? Or
the song?
Yeah.
We've rehearsed that a couple of times.
Okay, right.
When we go on tour, we just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, let's just perform this song.
Yeah.
And we've got it in the bag. Everyone knows the song. Let's just run it. And yeah, and JME came down, shut the whole thing down. We did Elephants with Frisch, shut the whole thing down. We did the Shakka with... Fam, that show, was
I can't even lie. I wasn't there. I've seen clips and I've heard people talk about it. And
yeah, man.
Nobody's got the slightest bad thing to say about it. Everyone says how amazing it was.
Listen, we had fun, man. We had so much
Can you
fun.
tell how good your show is if you're in... Because sometimes when you're involved in something, you can't tell how it's being perceived by everybody else.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that, or do you feel that vibe and you know if it's a good show or not?
I know if it's a good show if when the first time or when the first note hits and people start screaming because they know what song it is.
Right, gotcha. Yeah.
That feeling cannot be replicated by anything on the face of this earth. Because you instantly know that they've connected to your music in a way that you can't imagine. They've created a bond with this music that you don't know about, that you can't, all you know is from the side of your side, making the music and writing the lyrics and the melodies and making the beats and all that kind of stuff. Whereas from their side, it's now become a soundtrack to their life.
Yeah.
So when they come to the show and they hear the song and they're like, yo, this is my song. It really is their song.
Yeah.
I think that is a sick gauge as to how much they really, really, really want to see it. And then the things you do on stage and the performances you do and the little, if I was to do riffs or if I was to look at someone in the crowd and, all that kind of stuff. Like these all add to what makes a good show, I guess. So, yeah.
That being the case, and as it means so much to you, do you get nervous when you make songs? Are you nervous in the fact that it might not be... Like people might not take to it in the way that you want them to take to it, or because some of it's you exposing yourself as well to the world.
Of course, because I'm always doing something new, and so I said this in the Ultimate Music Seminar a couple of days ago. Shout out to the team over at Ultimate Music, and like someone asked me, like, do you ever get a feeling of doubt or a feeling of believing that you may be better suited at doing something else in life? And I said every other day, and the reason why is because I'm always doing something new. I'm always doing something that I've never done before. I'm always stepping out of my comfort zone. And what that means is the fear, or rather the subconscious guy says, yo, like, are you sure this is going to work? And I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I have to find the confidence to say, yo, man, I'm bad, man. I'm going to find a way to make this work.
Yeah.
And if it's with delivery or new lines or new melodies or new whatever, like, it needs to work. And then I play it to the team and I play it to my family. I play it to some close friends and all that kind of stuff. Some people who I know whose opinions matter and whose opinions are constructive that I can use to make a better song.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes down to that, once I've ticked every box and all of those boxes, I know that I've got something good on my hands to the point where I then don't have to worry. I'm more excited about unleashing it to the world than I am worried.
So the show that I present is mainly geared towards exposing people that haven't given so much of a platform.
Yep.
So therefore, what you say now is probably going to be of a lot of influence to them.
Oh, sick.
How do you get over your, let's say, anxieties, if it's that, or the nervousness prior to going on stage or making a track or releasing an EP?
Yep.
Is there a process you go through? Is there something you do to convince yourself?
Yes.
What's that?
Before I say that, the thing that we have that tells us that we can't do it is the fear. And what happens is the fear comes up with different statements that get thrown into our brain. I can't do this because. I don't think this is a good idea because. What if they don't like this? Because they may not like this because. And what our subconscious brain does is make sense of those fearful statements. So we then say, this ain't going to work because I know that this amount of people don't like this and this amount of people said that this don't work. Therefore, your brain says, all right, cool, it's not going to work. And therefore, it becomes fact.
Right.
Whereas if you wake up in the morning and you say, man, I'm bad, man, and you look at yourself in the mirror and you say you're a bad, man.
Like Cool Runnings.
Fam, it really is this.
Yeah.
I have pride, I have power, I'm a badass mother who don't take no crap from nobody.
Yeah.
If you look at yourself in the mirror and you say that, what happens is your brain begins to believe it. And it's not a gas thing, it's because it subconsciously
brain training.
It starts to make sense.
Yeah.
You find reasons to why you're a bad man. You find aspects of your personality and your quality that you believe is sick, and then you make the world know that it's sick.
Right.
Like Drake, like by the laws of 90s hip hop and millennials hip hop, shouldn't have been the sickest rapper in the world based on the stereotype of it being hard rap or hardback rap
lyricism
or not. But of course, he has many factors that make him a sick rapper.
Yeah.
But he also has many aspects that aren't the stereotypical rapper's rapper.
True.
He's a conversation. He says it himself. He's very honest about it and also appreciative of it because it makes him the rapper and the star that he is today.
Very true. Yeah.
But the fact is, he told himself that everything that I am makes me sick.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure that the world knows that I am sick. And even though you don't believe it the first day, after the 30th day of waking up in the morning and going to bed at night, saying that you're a bad man,
you begin to believe it,
or a bad gal, it's mad what it does to your music,
yeah,
or to anything that you have doing in your world, in your life.
Believe in that.
Straight
so
up.
I'm gonna have to wrap this up quickly. So obviously, you've released The Island.
Yep.
It's out now for people to listen to.
And it's the sickest EP ever created
and it's the
by
sickest
mankind.
EP by mankind.
By humankind is the sickest piece of music ever.
What's coming next from Shakka? I know we need to focus on The Island, and I know the headline show's coming up, but is there anything we can look forward to? Anything we can look forward to in the near future? Let's say before the end of the year.
I can only say that once I've finished the songs and once I've mixed and mastered the songs. You will be the first to know.
No, I won't, but okay.
You always are the first to know.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing ever.
What do you mean? Like, my team always send you the music when they're fresh out the oven.
Facts.
Come on.
Facts.
Like you man have been supporting me from morning. Deja for life, man. It's always
wicked.
It's always love, man, for sure.
Listen, Shakka, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for your time, brother.
It's been a pleasure from you, man. Much appreciated.